Let's look at this question. 8 persons A through H were sitting in 8 equally spaced chairs around a circular table facing. The weights of 8 persons are distinct. It is known that the sum of weights of any 2 persons sitting opposite each other was the same. Okay, so we have 8 people seated around the table. A weighs 70 kg while G was sitting opposite the person who weighs 40 kg. So A is 70 and G was sitting opposite a person who weighs 40 kg. So if I take weight of G as G kg only, if I take weight of G as G kg only, the sum of weights of the two people opposite each other, which is identical in every case, should be G plus 40. So opposite to A, we will have somebody who is G minus 30. Okay. B was 2 places to the left of C, while F was sitting right to the person who weighs 50 kg. So C is here and B is here. B was 2 places to the left of C, while F was sitting to the right of the person who weighs 50 kg. This part we don't. Both the persons who were sitting adjacent to F were lighter than him. Again, can't do anything about it. While both persons sitting adjacent to H were heavier than him. Can't do anything about it. Okay. C was sitting opposite a person who weighs 10 kgs less than G. So C was sitting opposite a person who weighs 10 kgs less than G. G minus 10. We know sum of weight of C and the person sitting opposite him should be G plus 40. So C should be 50. And now F was sitting to the right of the person who weighs 50 kg. We know F is here. We know F is here. Which should also tell us F was sitting to both the persons who were lighter than him. So this is less than weight of F and this is less than weight of F. While the person sitting opposite B weighs 20 kg more than C. Person sitting opposite B weighs 70 kg. So this person here weighs 70 kg. This person here weighs 70. Oh, also, we know A weighs 70 kg. We know A weighs 70 kg. So this person here has to be A. This person here has to be A. And C is of course 50. C is of course 50. And B is opposite A. B's weight is G minus 30. B's weight is G minus 30. Okay. Now, we know F has to be greater than 70. F has to be greater than 70 because both the persons who are sitting adjacent to F were lighter than him. If F has to be greater than 70, see, opposite to G, you have somebody weighing 40. Can I have opposite to G, somebody weighing 40? As in, can that diagonal be G and C? No, because C is weighing 50 kg. Can I have A and B? This diagonal is gone. This diagonal is gone. F is weighing greater than 70, so G cannot be here. So the only diagonal where G can come, is this diagonal. The only diagonal where G can come is this diagonal. Now, I will worry about it. If this person is, I will take care of it later. The different. Okay. 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 Can I have? Okay. D was heavy. D was 60 kg heavier than E. D is 60 kg heavier than E, while H was not sitting adjacent to A. So H cannot be here. H cannot be here. The difference in weight between the F and the person sitting two places to the left of him is 10. Can you see? F is here, so two places left of him has to be somebody with a difference in weight with F of 10. Now this diagonal we know has to be occupied by G and the person weighing 40. Can I have the person weighing 40 here and G here? No, this is impossible, because if this is 40, this person will not have a difference of 10 with F. This person will not have a difference of 10 with F, which means the only acceptable case is if I have G here and the 40 kg person here, G here and the 40 kg person here, we have G minus 30. Now this F's weight can be G plus 10 or G minus 10, because the difference in their weights, has to be difference in their weights has to be at least 10. Okay. Now this is taken care of. If H is not sitting adjacent to A, H can be here or H can be here. One of these two spots. C was sitting opposite a person who weighs 10 kg less than G. So this is G minus 10. This is G minus 10. But the person sitting opposite to B weighs 20 kg more than C. This is also taken care of. Both the persons who were sitting adjacent to F were lighter than him. Okay. While both the persons sitting adjacent to H were heavier than him. Okay. If I put H here, 40 has to be greater than G minus 10, or G has to be less than 50. I'll see later. First point, A weighs 70 kg while G was sitting opposite to the person who weighs 40 kg. Yes, B was two places to the left of C while F was sitting to the right of the person who weighs 50 kg. Yes, both the persons who were sitting adjacent to F were lighter than him, while both the persons sitting adjacent to H were heavier than him. H has to come at one of these two spots. H is not coming here, H is coming at one of these two spots. D was 60 kg heavier than E. If D was 60 kg heavier than E, while H was not sitting adjacent to A, the people left are D and E and H. D and E and H. Let's say H was here, and D was 60 kg heavier than E. If this cannot be D, oh, one wonderful thing. Absolutely wonderful thing. Look at this. This 40 kg person cannot be D. Cannot be D because he was 60 kg heavier than E, and H was not sitting adjacent to E. So this person cannot be D, cannot be H. So this person has to be E. This person has to be E. This is done, which would mean D weighs 100. D weighs 100 kg. D weighs 100 kg. If D weighs 100 kg, now D and H have to be placed here. D and H have to be placed here. Let's say A weighs 70 kg, G was sitting opposite, this is done. B was two placed to the left of C, this is done. Both the persons who were sitting adjacent to F were lighter than him. Okay. G plus 10, I can break it down as G plus 10 is greater than 70 and G minus 10 is greater than 70. This gives me G is greater than 60, or this gives me G is greater than 80. Okay. Does not help. D was 60 kg heavier than E, while H was not sitting adjacent to A. Ah, see, if G has to be at least one of these two, I can say G has to be greater than 60. G has to be greater than 60 at least. If G has to be greater than 60, G has to be greater than 60, this person's weight here, G minus 10, this has to be greater than 50. Even if I take this outcome, G is greater than 60. This person is, G minus 10 is greater than 50, which would mean if H came here, and we were told both the persons sitting adjacent to H were heavier than him. H coming here would not be possible. H coming here would not be possible because H's weight turns out to be greater than 50 and E's weight turns out to be only 40. So H is not sitting here. H has to be sitting here. And the only person left is D. D has to be sitting here. As soon as I know D is sitting here, we also know D's weight was 100, 60 kg more than H. If D's weight is 100, G is equal to 110. Now I can get to precise weights of all the people. G's weight is 110. I will worry about this later. This is, okay, this is 70, this is 40. Yes, all these weights are identified. The only thing left is to identify weights of H and G, H and F. The only things left to identify are H and F. Both the persons who were sitting adjacent to F were lighter than him. If I took this as 110, F's weight is either 100 or 120. Now we know everybody was supposed to have different weights. So F's weight cannot be 100 because D and F would have identical weight. So we have F's weight as 120. And if F's weight is 120, H's weight would be 30 because summation of weights of people on the opposite side turns out to be 150 in each case. So now we finally have all 8 people seated, all 8 weights known. Let us get to the weight, answers of the individual questions. What is the weight in kg of the heaviest person among the 8 persons? Heaviest person is F with 120 kg. How many people heavier than A are sitting between B and C in clockwise direction? Between B and C, heavier than A, more than 70. Not H, yes D, not E, not A, yes F. So 1 and 2. There are 2 people heavier than A sitting between B and C in the clockwise direction. Okay. Who among the following is sitting adjacent to the lightest person? Adjacent, the lightest person is H with 30. The 2 people adjacent to him are B and D. So B is sitting adjacent to him. Next, what is the sum of weights in kg of F and the person sitting opposite him? The sum of weights is 150. And that is the entirety of the set. The critical part here to identify is working out that the sum of weights of the people on the opposite sides has to be G plus 40. And then, basis the clues given, you have to slowly record everything appropriately.